Hey, this is Chris, the Yankee Chef, and today we are going to make a mixed bean chilli. I'm a nerd, so I like to get everything prepped and in order before we start, so that's why we're over on the kitchen table. I'm just going to slice everything up before we start into separate bowls, and then we'll go over to the stove and we'll cook it all up. So the first things that we're going to stick in there is some fennel. You can also use an onion, and if you use an onion you want to sweat it for a little bit before you throw the rest of the ingredients in there. Got enough using fennel, gives it a bit of an aniseedy flavour. Not much because there's so many flavours going on in there. Stick some chilies in too. If you don't like your food too spicy, then you could use less chilies obviously. You can also de-seed the chilies, neither of which I will be doing. Because in this quantity of chilli, this will give it a nice little kick. Not blow your brains off, but a bit of flavour. Take a tablespoon of cumin too, sprinkle that on straight away. And finally, we'll take 2 garlic cloves. Everyone has their preferred way of peeling them. I like to crush it with the side of the knife, and then sometimes the skin comes off nicely, sometimes it doesn't. Too bad. Give this a fine chop. Throw that into the bowl as well, and that is bowl number 1. Already made a massive mess on the table again. Bowl number 2 is going to have a red pepper and a courgette in. So again, I'll just slice these up. You keep them as whole slices if you like your courgette pieces a bit bigger. Core the pepper, get rid of some of the pith as well, and then we'll just slice this up as well. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as they're reasonably bite-sized pieces. And that is bowl number 2. And finally, for the end, I'm going to stick some coriander in there. And again, just roughly chop it. Doesn't matter about being perfect. Bowl number 3. There's our 3 bowls. Let's move over to the stove and cook it all up. So here we are over at the stove. And I've just heated a few tablespoons of olive oil in this soup pot, and it's pretty straightforward what we're going to do here because we've already done the prep. So we'll start by putting bowl number 1, which was the fennel, garlic, chilies, cumin, all of that. Shove that into the pan. And we'll just give that a few minutes to get going. If you preheat your oil, then there's already some really lovely smells coming off this as it goes to work straight away. What we're looking for is for everything to just get a bit more colour on, then we can move on to the next step. So this has had a few minutes now, and now we are going to dump in bowl number 2, which is all the courgette and pepper that we spiced up earlier. Just want to stir this around so that it gets a good cover from all the spice we put in earlier. Missed a bit. Looks fine to me. So now we can add everything else. So a tin of chopped tomatoes, tablespoon of tomato puree in there as well, water, red wine, be as generous as you like, and the beans as well. Now I'm just using a tin of mixed beans, but you can use, if you have a specific bean preference, you can use anything you like. Just add a tablespoon of sugar as well. A tablespoon's probably a bit generous. And then we will stir this round. Whack up the heat so that it brings to a boil. And then once it comes to the boil, we'll turn down the heat again and just let it simmer for about 40 minutes. So you don't want the water boiling, but you do want some steam rising off it. This has just started to boil, so I'm going to turn it down to quite a low heat, give it a stir, and just let it simmer for 40 minutes. If you've got a plate warmer or an oven, you probably do have an oven, now is a great time to put some plates on to gently warm, ready for when this is ready to go. This has been simmering for a long time now, so we're just going to add the finishing touches. Plenty of salt in there. Not don't go mad, but plenty of pepper as well. The reason I say plenty is because it's easy to underestimate how much you need in a dish this size compared to, say, when you're putting it straight on your plate, where you might put, say, 3 twists on, and that would be loads for a plate, but actually for a pan it's not that much. Secondly, chop in the coriander, give that a quick stir around, and this is ready to serve. There is one mixed bean chilli.